Record. Good day, everyone. We are on the 9th episode of our podcast. Our topic for today is interesting. It's about Alfred Adler, no, and the theories of personality. Now, to put it in perspective, allow me to read some primer on Alfred Adler, and then I'll just hear the thoughts of my colleague here. My panelist here is the eminent Astrid Anabo of the well, he's laughing his eyes off now. Sige. Allow me to read the Alfred Adler. Now, just to put things in perspective, no, Alfred Adler was an Austrian. He's a medical doctor. He's a psychotherapist and he's a founder of individual psychology. His theories diverge from Freud and other contemporaries in their emphasis on social factors, birth order, and feeling of belonging. Now, what are the key aspects in Adler's work? You have individual psychology, you have inferiority complex, birth order, striving for personality, community and social context, and of course, later on, we'll be talking about the legacy. Pero sige, Sir Astrid, would you like to introduce yourself first? And then maybe we could dive on right away to the individual psychology of Alfred Adler. Ikaw na.
So yun, Astrid here. And invite. So Adler, full psychologist. Tignan natin kung ano kaya niyang ibato sa atin.
Sige, talk. Ano yung individual psychology?
Ako na.
Ikaw na. Your thoughts on the individual psychology of Alfred Adler.
Okay. So basically, focus ni Adler is yung individual psychology. But what's funny kapag binasa mo si Adler, nakakatawang isipin na individual psychology, pero pag tinignan mo yung concept niya, puro social constructs. So, yun yung context, no? You are an individual within this social premise. So, i-discover natin mamaya yung about sa family constellation mo, which is a social premise as well. Despite of Adler talking about people as individual. Okay? And and of course, yung famous line niya, no, na ito hindi ko nakalimutan tong word na to, yung Gemeinschaftgefühl. Kasi nung unang makita ko to, hindi ko alam paano babasahin tong Gemeinschaftgefühl na to. No? Basically, yung belongingness. So all of those elements would add up. Contributing dun sa general concept ni Alfred Adler. Ayan. So, madami yan. Isa-isa natin.
Ano yung Gemeinschaft? Sige.
Belongingness. Ayan. Gemeinschaftgefühl. Sense of worth.
Ano yan?
Gemeinschaftgefühl.
Okay.
Gemeinschaftgefühl.
Okay. Sige, go.
So, ayun. Basically, yun yung concept niya. Yung focus ni Adler is relationships and of course community. Kaya ako sabi kanina, individual, tapos ang konteksto ng teorya nitong malupit na tao na to, social, di ba? So ayan. So that is the individual psychology, no? Placing the person, the individual in a social context or community environment.
Yeah, and I think it's called individual psychology because he wanted to differentiate himself from the psychoanalytic theory of Sigmund Freud. Diba? Later on kasi, there are so many diverging issues about personality, no? And to differentiate his thoughts, no? On the prevailing, which is really principally predominated by the psychoanalytic theory of Sigmund Freud. He labeled his psychology as individual psychology. And yeah, I agree with you. It's quite correct, no? Na it's quite ironic even that he called his work individual psychology, and yet it is predicated on social constructs, di ba? Na yung relationship with other people. So that's what makes it. Pero ang pinaka-meat nito is inferiority complex, no?
Yan, inferiority.
Yan, inferiority complex, at the root of everything, we are uncertain and insecure individuals. O sige, would you like to add on that? Go on.
Yeah. So since social context to, no, papasok din dito yung innate nature ng isang tao na i-compare yung sarili niya sa iba. Marami kang maririnig ngayon, no, na mga guru or mga coaches or even siguro yung mga kaibigan mo, no, sasabihin nila sa iyo, wag mo kasi ikumpara yung sarili mo sa iba. Or alam mo, ako naniniwala ko this could be personal idea or opinion, but it's something that you cannot control eh. Even though you're not vocal about it inside your head, you have this mode of comparison. Parang kay Festinger, social comparison theory. So meron kang innate nature na tignan yung condition ng iba at yung condition mo. And it's default, no? It's inevitable. So, doon nabubuo. And I do believe as well, no? Isa yan sa talagang primary cause or origins nung insecurities na sinasabi. Though yung inferiority complex, hindi naman siya limited sa aspetong social. Minsan you can feel insecure about yourself because talagang may kakulangan ka by default. For example, pinanganak ka ng kulang yung daliri mo or sobra, kulang ka sa kamay, di ba? So, even though na ikaw lang yun, you still feel insecurities as well. And that's the thing, no? That is why we strive to get to be better. We strive to be more because by default, we always see ourselves in a position na inferior. In every stages of life, parang magiging ganun yan. Baga, ngayon, meron kang ina-aspire na certain position, standing or status in life. Once na mahit mo yun, magkakaroon ka ng bagong metric sa sarili mo na inferior ka ulit or insecure ka ulit. So you need to work ngayon para ma-overcome ulit yung another sets of insecurities na yun. So nag-i-strive ka na nag-i-strive. And it's cycle.
Yeah, in addition, no? So kasama talaga sa personality natin ang pagiging having inferiority complex. Kasi meron ka laging feeling of inadequacy. And you always doubt yourself. Kaya nga yung iba, they seek validation from others eh. Yung iba nga yung mga sycophant, no? Yung mga flatterers eh. Alam na nilang kalokohan or binobola lang sila. But they feel validated, they feel appreciated, and they like that verbal appreciation and validation. Kaya nga, sige, tell me more lies. Sige.
Baka lang mapatanong sila doon kasi 'di ba? Paano yung mga paano yung mga confident na tao? May mga taong umaapaw sa confidence. So inferior din ba sila? Well, for me no, yung confidence na yan, it doesn't eliminate the fact that you can feel that voice of inferiority or voice of inadequacy. But that confidence for me is more of your reaction to those whispers, to those feelings. No? May mga tao na confident sila, it appears to, because they know how to react. But still, the feelings, no, every now and then, as human beings, we would feel small at times. It's a constant.
Kaya nga and in addition again, no, yung inferiority complex and striving for superiority, it's just one coin. It's dependent on which side it's on or visible for appreciation. Di ba? Depende, no? Sometimes you feel inadequate, you doubt yourself, and sometimes you're too certain of yourself to the point that you're even offending or stepping on other people because of too much confidence on your contention, knowledge, or even opinion. No? So, pag merong feeling of inferiority, meron ding striving for superiority, yung reverse or flip side ng coin na yan. No? Yun yung kay Alfred Adler. Di ba? So, yeah. I think, and of course, problems arise pag yung people cannot move past their feeling of inferiority, no? Doon nga yun, wala ka ng confidence, no? Wala kang confidence lumabas ng bahay, wala kang confidence magsalita, wala kang confidence magbigay ng sarili mong opinion. Eh, opinion mo yun eh. Right or wrong, that's your opinion, di ba? Wala ka na.
Yeah.
I mean, yung hindi lang nagkakamali is yung yung Santo Papa. Meron siyang seal of infallibility. But of course, theologically, psychologically, legally, it is already disproven. There's no such thing as infallibility, di ba? Lahat tayo nagkakamali. Di ba? Lahat tayo nagkakamali, no? Well, maybe in the Middle Ages, big deal yung infallibility ng Santo Papa, pero I mean, at one time, the Pope believed that Earth was flat, di ba? And then sinabi ni Galileo Galilei, it's wrong. Terra-centric, ang sentro ng universe, yung Earth. Pero of course, these are all scientifically proven mali eh. Di ba? And ilan ang tinorture doon. Even Galileo Galilei was placed in a house arrest and ostracized. Di ba? Kasi nga sa contention niya, which eventually was proven to be accurate. So anyway, so yung inferiority complex, no, problema if you cannot get past that, no, and flip side niyan, yung feeling of superiority. O sige, let's move on towards birth order, no. Other proposed na individuals' birth order is within the family influences in their personality, no. Na-influence tayo ng birth order natin, no? Yung firstborn, middle child, tsaka yung lastborn or youngest, no? Meron silang mga constellation of personality traits. O sige, let's hear your thoughts on this. Birth order.
Well,
naniniwala ka ba dito?
Itong concept kasi ng birth order, well, ako pag inintindi mo tong birth order na to, appealing siya in a way MBTI works eh. Medyo flattering kasi itong pag sinabi na pag firstborn ka, kung ano ka, mas mataas ang ganito mo, sense of responsibility mo, whatsoever. Kaso for me, hindi na, yung landscape ngayon yung landscape ng family setup of today, I wonder if the very same birth order as Adler proposed, no, would apply. Kasi iba na nga yung dynamic eh. Kasi for me, it's not about the birth order eh. It's about how was the child treated by the immediate figures, no? So nung panganay ka, nasa experimental stage yung magulang mo. So yung pangalawang bata, pangalawang anak, iba naman yung approach nila kasi natuto na sila from the first. Yung sa bunso, iba rin. So for me, nung tinuturo to, pag unang narinig mo yung birth order, yung focus nung bata, nung nakikinig, ang idea nila, yung mismong birth order yung reason. For me, it's more on how they are treated nung initial people around them, especially nung parents. So not the order itself, but yung social interaction they have experienced within that stage kung kailan sila pinanganak. Parang gano'n.
Besides, no, birth order, we could say that it is indicative, no, of a certain personality traits, pero it's never conclusive, di ba? Na ganito ka lang lagi, that you cannot migrate towards this next domain kasi dito ka lang nakakahon, di ba? Pero yeah, it tends to simplify, pero to the point of oversimplification naman, di ba? Firstborn, assertive, authoritative, di ba? Ganon. And then, the middle child usually are uncertain, no? And they tend to be a follower. And the youngest child, forget about it. Ano lang yan, no? Pinoproteksyonan niya, no? You cannot get some innovation from the last child, from the youngest child.
Kasi sabi mo na-spoiled daw.
Oo. Pero it boxes you eh. It boxes you. Pero yeah, meron pa rin mga traits individual traits that is not captured by the birth order
Yeah, tama daw.
formula.
Tama yung indicative na sinasabi. Parang ano yan eh, parang Myers-Briggs yan. Sinasabi nila ay hindi naman accurate yung test, hindi yan solid kasi ganito ganyan. But still there's truth in it in a way or another. It's an indicator, but parang there's a likelihood for this thing to happen. For example, yun nga yung sa bunso, possible mas spoiled. Pag si panganay assertive, hindi siya set in stone, but parang it's a good assumption, kumbaga, to assume na yung panganay ganito, yung bunso ganito. As in, there's a sense within that. Though, statistically, medyo ngayon, mahirap na siyang, alam mo yun, i-explore.
Sabi ko, indicative, but it's never conclusive. No?
Never conclusive.
And, yeah, it might indicate certain traits which could even be common for all eh. Pero siguro mas dominant lang siya among firstborn. Mas dominant lang siya among youngest or among middle child. Diba? Doon sa birth order nila. Diba? So anyway, let's see now. Ano bang ang legacy ni, well, based on our primer is, well, I don't know where they got this data, no? According to a survey, he's the 67th most eminent psychologist.
67th most eminent.
And
20th century.
21st na.
21st na, no? Baka ano na lang siya. 18th
Totoo,
na lang siya.
his work continues to influence psychology and counseling. Yeah, no? Up to this date, especially students of theories of personality, after Freud, they go to Adler and then they go to Jung, no? So hindi na natin muna inano si Freud dahil masyadong popular na si Freud. Usually ito paborito ng mga bata kasi ito lang yung binasa nila si Freud. Pero if you move towards the deeper part of the book, di ba? Deeper into the table of contents. Number 3, number 2, you have the individual psychology of Sigmund Freud, no? So, siguro sa kanya, ang legacy niya, interconnectedness of people within their social environment. Would you like to say more about Alfred Adler?
So far, yun lang naman. Well, speaking of striving for superiority, no? Balikan ko lang, nauso yung recently yung grind culture. Yung grind culture. Kasi recently may trend sa mga content creators na parang it's all about the money. Kumbaga, may gagawa ng content, paano gumawa ng pera. Tapos doon sila kumikita. Kumikita sila kasi may mga taong bumibili ng content or ng book paano gumawa ng pera. So, yun yung nakakatawa eh. Kasi nga, nagtatap yung concept na yun sa insecurities ng Pilipino eh. Parang ayaw kong bumanggit ng personality. Basta may nagte-trending recently. Kilala naman nila sino yun, no? Nalalagay siya ngayon sa situation na talagang ginigrill siya kasi nga meron siyang business model. And he promises na, kikita kayo ng certain, ng pera, ito gawin nyo, enroll kayo dito, ganyan-ganyan. Ngayon, yung mga tao, no, medyo gullible. So talaga nag-enroll sila dun sa course, quote-unquote course. Pero charade yan eh. Nung tao na yun. Simply put, the innate drive of people to improve themselves regardless of means is we want to strive superiority. And one of the na-notice kong marketing strategy, bait, tawag namin dito bait ng mga content creator na to, is they tap on the insecurity. They know the people of the Philippines is insecure when it comes to finances. So, ginagawa nila, ang marketing nila ganito, magfe-flex sila ng mga pera nila. Talagang nakabugkos. Nagfe-flex sila ng mga pera nila, tapos ng mga sasakyan nila na hiram. Yan. And ang daming nabibait, nakakatakot. Ang daming nagko-complain online na scam nga ganyan. But the key is, kasi nga, yun yung sinisip natin. We strive to be superior. And when someone or when a certain person claim na ganito ko, ito nagawa ko to, ganyan. Nagkakaroon ka ng social comparison yung sarili mo. nagkaroon ka ng belief na, nagawa niya to, dapat magawa ko rin yun. So, you strive. But yun yung nakakalungkot na nakita kong sistema ngayon sa internet trend. No? Ang daming nag-flex ng pera. By doing so, kaka-flex nila ng pera nila, ng luho nila. Yung mga tao, na-entice tuloy na mag-join kung anumang fraud schemes yung dala-dala ng mga tao na yun. So,
you can hear me. Siguro sa manipulation of human behavior, one way of utilizing the individual psychology of Alfred Adler is yung kung kaya niya, ba't hindi mo kaya? So ikaw naman, to prove yourself worthy of that decision, gagawin ko to, kaya ko to, di ba? So yeah,
pressure ka eh.
Kaya nga insecure ka eh, di ba? You need to prove that you're superior. So this is already the equation of Adler psychology at work, di ba? Kung kaya niya, ba't hindi mo kaya? Oh, yung kapatid mo nagawa yun eh, ba't ikaw hindi, di ba? Oh, yung ibang section nagawa ito, ba't hindi niyo na kayang gawin, di ba? Something to that effect, no? And yeah, sometimes it works, no? It gets things done. It gives results. Pero sometimes, if you rely on this unidimensional approach, na kung kaya ng iba, kaya mo rin, it tends to burn, di ba? Yung nababurn out din yung minomotivate mo kasi it's only effective at a certain level. Beyond that, wala na. I don't really care kung kaya niya. Di ba? Iba naman ako. Di ba? Yung ganun eh. So, pumapasok na yun sa equation. Di ba? Now, I think we have enough coverage for Alfred Adler. So, any parting shot? So, this is the 9th episode for our podcast. I'm with His Eminence, the infallible Pope Anabo. Infallible Pope Anabo. Yan. Ayan. Hindi si Kristo yan. Si Kristo yan.
May meaning daw yun, Dok, yung mga posisyon ng kamay nila.
Huwag na natin baka ma-criticize tayo. Sige na. So, sige na po. Say your parting shots.
Yan. Well, yun lang naman, no, and I hope may nakuha yung insight ang pinaka-importante. And looking forward sa mga susunod na sessions.
Okay. Tandaan natin, no, Adler, inferiority complex, birth order, superiority complex, striving for superiority. 9th episode, Psychology Channel. Maraming salamat po. Stay safe and be safe, everyone. Sir Asrin, salamat.